Professional skills now make up 20% of the marks in the AAA exam. So knowing what you're doing to earn these marks is really going to improve your chances of passing. In this series of videos, Professional Skills 101, we're going to take each of the professional skills and I'm going to give you one of the videos that's in my full course to help to build the skills that you need to pass the AAA exam. Now, this is only a little bit of the resources in my course. There's absolutely loads more if you buy the full thing. And buying that full thing, it really works. My pass rate for the June 22 exam sitting, I never get bored of talking about it. It was 81% versus the global average of 31%. Why was it so high? Well, mainly because my students work really, really hard, but they get amazing support from me. I give them loads of guidance through my videos, answer all their questions on WhatsApp while they're studying, and I give them really detailed feedback on all of their assignments. If you want to give yourself the best possible chance of passing AAA, scan that QR code that's showing on screen, get in touch with me, and sign up for one of my courses. Here comes the free video. This professional skills challenge on communication is going to help to develop the skill that you need to earn the communication marks. Now, there are 4 marks available for communication. First of these is for format and structure. This is for it being briefing notes, having the right heading, the right to, from, date, subject, and for having a brief introduction. And also for having appropriate subheadings. There's a lot for you to do to earn that 1 mark. Second mark is for appropriate style and language. This means it's professional throughout. No abbreviations that aren't clear to follow. No slang language. The tone is appropriate for the audience, which generally is an audit partner. Would you be happy for your boss to read it? Next is for effectiveness. And this means that your answer, fully answers all of the requirements and uses the scenario effectively. So there's no bland points, they're all tailored. And the 4th mark is follow any specific instructions you're given. Do this or don't do this. That's how you get that 4th mark. Right, that's what the marks are for. Now on to the challenge. So here is a section A question showing on screen. I want you to go through this and pick out what pieces of information do you need, which pieces of information are required for you to earn the communication marks. So firstly, you need this information here. And all you're going to do is flip reverse this. So instead of being to audit manager from Norma Star, it's going to be to Norma Star from audit manager. But that's going to go into our answer underneath the briefing notes heading. I also need that bit of information about how materiality is being calculated based on profitability, because that's part of the effectiveness mark. I need to tailor my answer based on what I'm told. I definitely need to follow that instruction for my effectiveness mark. So my audit risks need to draw on all exhibits and they need to be prioritized as well. And I'm given a specific instruction. This is the 4th mark, adhering to the requirements. Don't consider any audit risks related to foreign exchange. And when it comes to part B, I need to just include the main audit procedures. Not every audit procedure I can possibly think of, just the most important ones. So that's the information I need to start off with to help me to earn my communication marks. Now, here is an example answer to that particular question. And I want you to mark this. How many professional skills marks would it earn for communication? Right, let's go through it together. First mark is for format. And here it doesn't score any marks. And that should be fairly obvious. The only thing it does right is it's called briefing notes, but it's missing all of the required information. Next, for style and language. Well, I'm being a bit hard here, but I'm giving it 0 marks. And do you know why? Well, it doesn't have subheadings, and I know that's part of the format mark, but I do think that's an important part of making having an appropriate style. But for me, it's this bit here. It abbreviates PBT and doesn't explain why materiality has been related to profit before tax. You might just about be able to get away with PBT as an abbreviation, but you'd need to explain why it's profit before tax, and kind of a little bit more explanation needed there. Next, it's not scoring any marks for adhering to the requirements. Can you see why? Yeah, it's this paragraph, isn't it? It's talking about foreign exchange risk, and we were told specifically not to talk about that. And what about for effectiveness? Yeah, we followed the instruction to calculate materiality based on PBT, but look at this final point here, this final point on revenue. That could be written about any company. It's bland, it's not tailored, it's not using the scenario. So I'm giving it no marks for effectiveness. So you might have given it 1 mark, perhaps for the style and language, but I'm being a little bit hard here. So I'm giving this 0. We definitely don't want to be writing an answer like this. So here's the challenge for you. Can you rewrite these briefing notes so that you do earn the 4 communication marks? Improve them. Right, here it is improved. The first mark has now been earned for format because we've got the appropriate to, from, subject and date. This introduction is just about okay. This is the bare minimum you could put. We probably want a little bit more than this though, if we want to really ensure we earn the mark. But we've got nice subheadings. So because it's got the right bit here, the right subheadings, I'm letting it just about get away with an introduction that is a little bit too short. What about that second mark then? For style and language? Well, look, they've explained it more fully. It's based on the profit before tax, PBT. If they'd written based on PBT, that might have just got away with it. But I'm trying to earn the style and language mark, and therefore I'm not abbreviating. For adhering to the requirements, well, yes, now it doesn't include the foreign exchange point, so that has been removed. And it's followed the instructions about how to calculate materiality. So I'm giving it that mark. What about this paragraph here on revenue recognition? Look how it's now got more information that's specific to the requirement. Cruises that straddle the year end. So I'm going to give it that mark for effectiveness. Learning points then here. Firstly, these communication marks should be fairly straightforward to earn, right? We should be trying to bag these and actively trying to earn these 4 marks. There's not much extra that we have to do. We just need to be conscious of the way that we write our answer in part A. You must follow any instructions that are given in the question. Anytime you're told to do something or not do something, you've got to follow that instruction. And you have to use the scenario to make tailored points. Anything that is bland, generic, that could be written about any company at all is not going to help you to earn a communication mark. I hope that video was helpful in developing your professional skills. Getting as many of those 20 marks as possible will really help to improve your chances of passing. Here are some more free resources to help you. But if you want the really good stuff, scan that QR code and get in touch with me and think about signing up for one of my courses. So my podcast is free and takes lots of real-world events and discusses them from an audit perspective. You can find it on all major podcast platforms. Just search for ACCA Ben Wilson. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get updated about more videos like this that I'll be releasing. My LinkedIn feed. Link up with me on LinkedIn. I post lots of useful content on there. Exam tips, quizzes, and other things that will help to improve your chances of passing. And lastly, go and have a look at my website. It will tell you lots more about my course offering and the support that I can provide you to improve your chances of passing AAA.